Welcome back to the broadcast set, everybody, as we continue with our coverage of the Martin Luther King Remembrance Races. I now have next to me Randy Crisler, who guided Bank C to victory in the fourth race at 7-1. Pretty nice price.
Yeah, he's a pretty good horse.
Yeah, he moved to the lead very well, and he, once he got that opening, once he opened up some space on the lead, it was a pretty easy win, wasn't it?
Yeah. I wasn't expecting that. When I was parked out, I was like, oh, I'm in trouble.
Let's talk a little bit about your driving career. You and I spoke last year, and apparently you've won some race meetings, most notably the Corbin meet at the Red Mile. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And talk about when that was. Was that 2 years ago?
2 years ago, yes. That was the first meet they had of Corbin.
Right.
And, I did pretty good and won the driving title.
Who are some of the better horses that you've driven in your career?
The fastest horse I drove was... So you want to ask me, I wouldn't know his name.
Yeah.
I can't think his name, but we went 49 at the Red Mile. Gary Campbell was the trainer.
All right, so a couple of nice horses that you've driven in your career.
Yeah.
Now, where for the most part have you driven, and how many years have you been driving?
About 20 plus years.
Right. So you're a real veteran. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
Do you find it odd that there aren't more black drivers in harness racing?
There are, but we don't get the opportunity to come places like his place and places like that. They mostly race down south in Illinois, Kentucky, but this is another level of horse racing for us.
Talk about the significance of the Martin Luther King Remembrance races here at the Meadowlands.
Like I said, it's giving us the opportunity to come out here and race and show our skills.
Now, what about Martin Luther King as an icon, as one of the most important figures in American history, especially in the black community? Tell me about, as a child, did they cover it a lot in school? Was it really something that you thought about an awful lot?
Yes, the whole month of February is called Black History Month, and that's all we talked about was the black people that made way for black people in a way of our lives.
And have you found that there have been less opportunities for you as a result of that? Because I'd certainly be dismayed if that was the case.
Not really. I mean, you take what you get and you make the best of it.
So the fact is that you've been driving now professionally for over 20 years. Have you found it easy to get the drives that you think that you deserve to get?
I have, yeah. And the main thing is, like, now I have a stable of my own, so I can drive if I want to, or I can put somebody else up.
So you have your own stable. Where do you normally race those horses?
Between Harrow, Hoosier Park, and Ohio, Sourdough Downs, Miami Valley, and Dayton, Ohio.
And how many horses do you have in your care?
I have 10 right now.
All right, so you have 10 horses. And what kind of class range do you have in terms of what are your cheapest horses and what are your best horses?
Well, I had a mare. She was a 5-claimer, but she bumped up to 10-claimer now.
Right.
But they all range. I don't have nothing open, but they range between 10 and 30 claimers.
Now, do you find racing on that circuit that the money is good enough, alternate streams of revenue and stuff like that? Is it easy to make a living when you're racing on those circuits?
It is. You just got to have the horse.
Right.
Yeah, you got to have the horse.
So, how do you go about getting horses? Do you have good owners? Do you know, how does that work for you?
I have good owners and I have good horses.
Yeah, all right. So that always makes it very easy when you have good horses.
Real easy.
Now, what about driving itself? Do you like driving on a big track or do you like driving on a half-mile track?
I like driving on big track.
Yeah.
Yeah. Small track has its advantage if you got a horse that can lead real good, but I like driving on the big track for the most part.
So, how does it feel tonight to beat your other black drivers tonight? Is it kind of give them a little bit of a ribbing? How does that go?
No, I just feel like I was on a better horse in the fourth race. Like I said, he was an old classic horse, and he got me where I need to be.
Will you be back in the MLK Remembrance races next year?
Of course.
All right, well, we're certainly going to be glad to have you. Randy Crisler, great to have you on for a couple of minutes, and congratulations on winning Division II of the MLK Remembrance race tonight.
Thanks, Dave.
All right, thanks so much. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.